Hey everybody, what is going on? This is Christopher, the video game historian, and I just wanted to do a quick little video today about some of the tweets that Battlefield sent out earlier today on their Twitter feed. Now, they said something that really caught my attention, and that's why I wanted to do this video, because it is actually a pretty important piece of information regarding Battlefield 5. Now, some of the stuff that they mentioned in their Twitter is pretty much what we would expect for Battlefield 5. They are going to be returning War Stories, a fan favorite from Battlefield 1, which I think is really good because I really enjoyed those. But again, that's just my opinion. They also said that, Battlefield is still going to be Battlefield. It is still going to be all-out war. Pretty much the stuff that you can really expect from a Battlefield game, regardless of which one that you enjoy, which one is your favorite. Now, the one thing that they said that really caught my attention, and I'll read the tweet in its entirety for you guys, is they said that Battlefield 5 will be coming to a new setting. In their tweet, they say, "A new Battlefield in a new setting. It's a brand new experience and still everything you love about Battlefield, where every fight is different and brought to life across unexpected theaters of war." Now, there's two things to really take away from that tweet. The first one is the fact that Battlefield 5 is going to be going into a brand new setting, a setting that has not been done before in Battlefield's history. The second thing to take away is the fact that this is going to have multiple theaters of warfare. So we're going to be looking at a setting that has not been done before in the Battlefield's history, and that setting has to have multiple theaters of war, of operations. So what could this really be? Well, if we take a look back at the games that have been released for the franchise since 2002, we can probably speculate and narrow down the setting for Battlefield 5. Now, since Battlefield 1942, there have been 11 major games in the Battlefield series since its launch. And I'm not even counting Battlefield Heroes, Play for Free, or Online, as those are something else. Now, since 2002, we've had 11 major games, 2 of which have been set in World War II, being 1942 and 1943. One has been set in World War I, being Battlefield 1. We've had 1.5 games set in Vietnam, those being Battlefield Vietnam and the DLC to Battlefield Bad Company 2, the Battlefield Bad Company 2 Vietnam expansion. We've had one set in Future Warfare, being Battlefield 2142, and the rest of the 7 games have all been set in the modern era, during the modern conflicts. So I think it's safe to assume that World War I, II, Vietnam, the modern era, and future warfare are all off the table. So what does that really leave us? Well, in the 20th century, that leaves us with the Korean War as well as the Cold War, both of which would be unique and new settings for the Battlefield franchise, and the Korean War would certainly be a new setting for not only the Battlefield franchise, but for first-person shooters as a whole. Call of Duty Black Ops already had their game set during the Cold War and during the Vietnam War, so that would not really be anything new to the genre as a whole. But the Korean War would. Now, pre-World War I, that leaves us with a few more options, and a few more interesting options at that. Prior to World War I, there is the Franco-Prussian War, which took place at the very end of the 19th century. So that would certainly be a new setting for the Battlefield franchise, and we would certainly see a lot of familiar weaponry. But I feel like the theaters of war are not unexpected enough for Battlefield 5 to take place during the Franco-Prussian War. So what else does that leave us? Well, over in the United States, there is the American Civil War and the American Revolution, certainly both unexpected settings for a Battlefield game. But what else do we have? Well, there is the Napoleonic Wars over in France during the end of the 18th century into the early 19th century. That would certainly be unexpected. And there's multiple theaters of war for the Napoleonic Wars. We could see him fighting the British at Waterloo or trying to invade Russia. That would certainly be a pretty interesting concept. Not only that, but also going into Africa. But what else do we have? Well, something that would be really unexpected and give us multiple theaters of war is the 100 Years' War. Now that would really be a very interesting and unexpected setting for Battlefield 5, and we would certainly see a lot of unexpected theaters of war. But I think I know exactly what Battlefield 5 is going to be set as, and I think it's pretty unexpected. I think Battlefield 5 is going to be set in the Great Emu War. Although if that does come true, I am just going to quit my YouTube channel and just quit life altogether. Anyway, that's all I have time for this video. What do you think Battlefield 5 is going to be set as? Do you think it's going to be the Great Emu War, Korea, or something else? Leave your comments down below, and I will see you on the battlefield.